Hey there everyone, back again with another video, and in this video we're gonna move forward in our Flipkart clone app. So in our previous videos we have seen that how we can create a splash screen, how we can add that functionality of splash screen to move from what you can say to get from to another page in 5 seconds, 3 seconds, or any of these seconds that you want to do. After that we have seen that how we can create this language page on which you can select any of the language and you can change this color. And basically this whole series will be for beginners only, and who will be using CRUD operations and the other stuffs. So if you are an intermediate developer, then this whole series will not be so much useful for you, because I'm not going to explain so much in depth or so much advanced techniques of Flutter, but I will be sharing some of the knowledge or some of the things that I use in my applications. Okay, so today what we are going to do, we will just after we select any of the language, it should move to uh, another page. Okay, so the next page is the say page. Okay, where it will ask you for the details. So how we can do that, let's say that we and one more thing, I'm not adding this functionality of selecting the language and the app language will be in that selected language, because it will take too much time. Before that I have to search some of the APIs for converting everything, so I'm not doing that. I'm assuming that we are selecting English only. Okay, for our stuff. Okay, so all the things will be in the English. So if I click on this English, you can see that the color of the button changes, and if I click on this button, it should take me to another page. Okay, so for that what we will do, firstly let me just close this thing. I don't want this, and yes, this is the thing. Okay, so let me just minimize. So this is the button, and on this press I will add a navigator to go from one page to another page. Okay, so firstly let us just uh, create a page on which I will be able to give my number. Okay, and I will receive a OTP. So firstly I will just do import material dot dart, and after that it will be a stateful widget in which I will do a login screen. And again, in my previous video that I have done is that I will do a safe area. Okay, in this safe area the child will be a scaffold. Okay, so a scaffold, and for time being I'm just adding a body as center, and the child will be a text of just a random number or just a random thing. So I'm saving it, and for in order to move from this page to another page I have to create a route. So I'm just creating this route. So this in the what you can say, in the material app you have to add routing, because this is the thing that I personally like. So I am using this. If you want to use the material page route, then you can go with that also, I have no issue. And if you want me to explain material page route, I will explain that, just comment me down. Okay, so login is done. Okay, so what now I will do, I will on this button press, we will just call navigator dot off context dot push named. Inside this I will add a route, so it will be login. Okay, and after that a semicolon. Let me just save it and see what happens. So this is the thing, if I click on this button, it is taking me to a page that is the login page. So I have to create this login page. Okay, so firstly I have to add a app bar, because we have a app bar. So app bar, inside it firstly I have a title, so I will add that title text, so it will be Flipkart. Okay, and just that thing only. We don't have another stuff. We have a logo, so I'm not adding that logo. And one more thing, I have to add the colors. So colors dot blue, and if I add this number, so it will turn it to dark blue. Okay, so it is the thing. Okay, and now what I want to do, I want to center this app bar. So in order to center this title, we have a attribute that is the center title. I will just set it as true, so it will be now in center. Okay, and now I want this icon to be not there. So what I can do, we have just done that in our previous video. Automatically imply leading, set it as false, and it will remove your back button. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to add my own button. Okay, I want to add my own button. So in button, or you can say any of the icons, so for that you have to use leading, and inside this leading you can just add your icon or icons that you want to like. Cross, is there something else? That there is nothing as cross. So multiply, multiple stop. Okay, so for that I have to, can I go with the close? Yeah, it is close. And if I save it, you can see that we have our close button. Okay, so and in the body, one sec. Okay, now we what we want in our application, we have a login page in which we want to take what you can say, the number of the user. So now what I will do, this body I will add a container. Okay, inside this container I will add a child, and inside this child I will add column. Okay, inside this column I will add a children, and then what you can say, I want some of the text, and after that I want a button. Okay, so for that I am dividing my whole screen into two parts. So expanded, if you haven't seen my last video, just please watch, because I have explained this expanded, why we use this expanded. Basically we use this expanded so that our child should take a certain amount of space in our application, and if we want to add some of the column or list views, so it can also be done. Okay, so I will just remove this thing from here, and I will add two expanded. Okay, so we'll just go with this child. Okay, and if I go to my language thing, then this whole button is exactly the same thing that we have in our login button. So I'm gonna copy this whole sized box. Okay, this whole sized box I will just copy it. Okay, and I will paste it uh, in the child of this expanded. Okay, so just remove these white spaces, and yeah, so for time being I'm just setting the whole thing as gray. Okay, and currently I'm not moving it to any other thing. Okay, so now in this expanded, what I can do, I can just have a child, and inside this child, firstly let me just add the flex as 9, and this flex should be 1. Basically it divide your page into 9:1 part, where this continue button will take the 1% of your screen, sorry, 10% of your screen, and the other expanded will take the 90% of your body. So inside this I will add what you can say, column. Okay, and inside this we have a children, and now we will add some of the text. So firstly the text is uh, login for better experience. Okay, basically I'm just having my Flipkart app open right beside me, so I'm just taking note from there. Then again I have a text, and inside this it is saying that enter your phone number to continue. Enter, sorry, your phone number to continue. Okay, and after that we have a input box. Okay, so now if I directly use firstly let us just save and see what we have right now. Okay, so we have our button and we have some of the other stuff. Hmm. So now firstly let me just set the height of my application. So height of this should be 100. I think 100 will be enough, so let me set it to 50 and let's see what is the height. Okay, so it is not doing anything. Okay, let us just increase the height. Let me see. I think it will not go like that because I am just using expanded inside sorry, sized box inside this, so I think it will not do like that, but let me just see. Okay, so just a moment. Should I remove this expanded? Let me just remove this expanded and see what the output is. Okay, yeah, so we don't need that continue button now. So or should I remove this height also and it will be same as we have in our application? Yeah, we have the same thing. So what we want, firstly we want this to be in a good manner, so we will just set the main axis alignment or the cross axis alignment as start. So everything will be in the, yeah, you can see that. And okay, so now we should uh, give them a little bit of, what you can say, styling. And 1 minute, why there is so much gap? Because of this. Okay, so you can see that now our everything is having uh, a good amount of space and what you can say, alignment, and just I have to wrap the whole thing in padding and everything will be fine. Okay, so let's start with the some of the decorations. So let me just minimize this style. So this will be a text style. So font size, size should be 25. Then font family or font weight should be font weight dot bold, font weight dot bold, and save. Okay, so it should not be 25, it should be 15, and now it should look fine. Yeah, it is looking fine. And just after this I should add a sized box with a height of 20, so that they should also have some spacing between them. Yeah, it is much more than it was expected, so setting it as 15. And after this, what firstly I will add a sized box because I want space between our elements. And now I want a, what you can say, input box. So if I directly add text form field, before input box we have to add text form field. Okay, and if I directly add a text form field in our widget inside column or row, it will definitely give us error, but currently it is not giving us error because we have wrapped everything inside a expanded. If I remove this whole thing, this expanded, it will definitely give me error. You can just write it out and I know you will definitely get that error. And inside this you can see that there are many of these stuff, and there is something as decoration. So in this we will have a input decoration, or yeah, input decoration. Inside this you can see that we have a border, container, disabled border, enabled, and many of the other stuff. Okay, so firstly we want a hint. So helper text, it will be phone number. Let me just save and see what we get. Okay, so we are getting a number as below, so let it be. I'm not thinking about that. And after this, what I will do, uh, inside this input decoration I will add the border. Okay, so input border, inside this we want a border side. Okay, so let's see what we get. Okay, so we get our something like this. And do we have something inside this border radius? We don't have that. Gap padding, okay, so we don't want some of the other stuff. And let's see, align label with hint. Okay, so I think this should be the label. Yeah, so we don't want this thing, and let me just remove this thing. Okay, so we have a phone number, and can we just label style? Inside this color should be colors dot blue, and then we have 900. Okay, in the similar way, can we add color? One second. Okay, so we will just think about this in our next videos. Okay, and just after this text field, again we will add a sized box inside it, where the height will be 15. Okay, and we will just add a text inside this by continuing continuing newing comma, you agree to Flipkart's terms and condition. Okay, okay, so we get some of the stuff like this. Okay, so I think this should be enough for this video, because I have told some of the things that might be something new for you. So you can just play around with the whole code, make your own version, and give it a try. So I'm just stopping the program here, and we will continue for the OTP and the other part in the next video. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.